Hey, it's prolific. We have Connecticut's own Stratford, Connecticut, Javier, winner of The Voice. I just want to congratulate you first, man.
Thank you, man. It's been a crazy ride, but just glad to be home for a second, which is nice.
So, listen, I think I have a way we could make some money together.
All right, talk to me.
Javier's cologne.
Yeah, actually, it's a great idea, and it's one that I've actually thought of. Javier Cologne for Men. That's what we're gonna, actually we even had a slogan back in the day. Javier Cologne for Men, splashing out again and again. What do you think?
So, I mean, well, you thought of it already, so I don't get a percentage. So, I mean,
That's all right. We'll think of something else. Well, maybe actually we have Javier sneakers too. Javier's. We were thinking about those too back in the day, but we haven't done that. So maybe we'll work on that. We'll come up with a design or something.
wow, you don't even need me. You have a great marketing team. So, but for real, aside from those ideas, how are you going to make some money now that The Voice is over? What's the game plan?
I mean, the game plan right now is to basically work on the album and finish the album. We have a great start. We've been working for the last few weeks, getting together with some great songwriters and just, going in the lab, to just kind of try to get the best songs and just make a really great album. And that album's going to be coming out, I think November 22nd is the date. So we're just trying to get that wrapped up, and if that does well, then there'll be hopefully a lot of opportunities to make some money and keep the family stable. Fortunately, I've been able to do some shows and stuff, and right now, my bills are paid, and so as long as the bills are paid, I don't need much more money than that. I can just kind of keep eye on the prize and just try to, like I said, make the best album that we possibly can.
Cool. And a lot of people don't know this is actually like your second shot at fame. You were signed to Capitol Records for a number of years. You had 2 albums that were received very well, but they just didn't do the numbers. What are you going to do this time around that's going to be significantly different from the last?
Well, I mean, I learned a lot from the last experience. I learned, that in order to, for me to be happy, I really have to make sure that what's represented is truly myself. And fortunately, another thing that's different is that the platform that I was given this time was much different than last time. I mean, to be able to be on a show like The Voice on NBC is just, I mean, you can't beat getting into 14 million households, every week, for 11 weeks or 12 weeks. It's just an amazing opportunity, So I'm going to take that, and fortunately, there's a lot of folks out there that know my name that didn't before, and hopefully that will definitely help, and also just I have a record label that understands who I am, understands where I want to go, understands the artist that I'm trying to be. So I'm looking forward to to just getting out there and releasing this music and seeing what people think.
Cool, man. So everybody knows you picked Adam Levine as a coach. Was there ever a thought in your mind, you're like, oh, it's really a toss-up between this person and Adam? Like, who would you have went with if it wasn't Adam?
I mean, they all said really nice things. I mean, my whole approach going into the blind auditions was that I just wanted somebody to turn around. I just wanted to be able to continue on in the show. If I went in there with a favorite, I mean, say Christina was my favorite. I'm like, oh, she's my favorite, and if she turns around, I'm going to pick her. What if it worked out that she was the last one to turn around, and she just kind of seemed like she was into me, but not really. And then if I still picked her, that would have kind of been silly, I think, because in a competition like this where your coaches are the ones to keep you in the competition, you got to go with somebody that's extremely excited about what you did and is really vocal about it. And that person was Adam. I mean, he was just, he was jumping up and down. I mean, before I even finished the song, he was almost distracting me because he was trying to get Blake to press his button. So, I mean, he was the clear choice from a competition perspective, from just like, you know what, I need somebody that really feels that I'm going to be an asset to their team. And that was Adam. Now, given I was thinking about choosing either Adam or Blake before I went in,
Oh, wow.
because that would have been it probably wouldn't have been what people expected, especially because I had this R&B background from before that I've been trying to shed the R&B background, because I never really I mean, R&B's always been a part of what I do. It's, you know, I've listened to all kinds of R&B from the old school stuff to the stuff that's out today, but it was only a piece of what I do, and I was kind of labeled as this R&B guy when really I'm a singer-songwriter. You know, I sit down, I play the guitar, and I sing, I play the piano, and that's kind of where you know, my heart is. So when, you know, given the chance, you know, to perform in front of all these guys, the ones that stuck out were Adam and Blake. I was like, you know, people might not expect that, and I could really learn a lot from I could have learned a lot from everybody, but specifically those two were the ones that were on my mind.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so then it definitely wasn't a toss-up between Adam or Blake once you actually saw the reaction.
You're right, because Blake was the last one to turn around, and then even when he did say something, he was already like, I don't think I can compete with these other guys. But you know what? Had he said, you know what, damn it, I really want you on my team because you were awesome or something. You know, if he said something like that, then I would have really had to think about, you know, whether I was going to go with him or with Adam. But Adam was just so far out there with just like, he's like, man, I want to win this. He's like, I need you on my team. I need you to pick me, you know? And I'm like, you know, you can't argue with that. And, you know, he kind of kept his promise. Or, you know, we got to the end, which is, you know, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, he was definitely the most excited about working with you. So coming from Connecticut, Stratford, Connecticut, did you ever feel like you had a kind of handicap approaching the music business because you were from CT? You
know, I mean, are there lots of opportunities to get folks, you know, in New York and stuff to kind of, you know, notice you? Not necessarily, not in Connecticut, but with the internet these days, I mean, anything is possible. You can get your stuff out to anybody, you know, basically within a click or two online. So I don't think it's you know, I don't think it's definitely not a handicap to be from from Connecticut, you know, with respect to the music business. I think anybody can go, you know, basically make it from anywhere if you have the drive and the focus to just try and get your stuff out there and just try to get get your music heard, you know.
Cool, very well put. Yeah, so I think people get a little too stuck on, oh, I'm from Connecticut, and they kind of shoot themselves in the foot before they even attempt it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that means anything. I mean, yeah, you know, if you're in ATL or if you're in New York or in LA, yeah, there's a lot of, you know, a lot more trendy places that you can go and you can perform, and somebody might be there and you can, you know, and I get, you know, how people could feel that way, but I mean, is it going to take a little extra work? Yeah, absolutely. You have to kind of create more opportunities for yourself instead of just kind of sitting back and waiting for them to come, because there's not going to be that many that come to us in Connecticut. So you have to kind of go out and get it. You know what I mean? But it's still possible. You still do it.
All right, final question before we wrap up. If they were to take your story and put it on the big screen, which I think would be a great story, who would you want to play you?
I want to play me. I want to play me.